Hello viewers and welcome to newzimbabwe.com business desk, where we are hosting Southern Cotton Company Managing Director Mr. Caos Nzenze. Welcome to the program, Mr. Nzenze.
Thank you, thank you.
Now maybe just to begin with, I would like you to just inform our viewers on what Southern Cotton Company is all about.
Okay, thank you. Southern Cotton Company is a local cotton contracting company. We are a wholly owned Zimbabwean company. We run an outgrower scheme with farmers. We give farmers inputs, cotton farmers inputs. We offer them agronomic extension services support. They grow the cotton for us. We buy the cotton from them. We gin the cotton and export the yarn, the lint. We also then sell the seed that we get from ginning to the local oil industry in Zimbabwe for oil extraction.
Okay, so how has been this activity of cotton farming? You know that there have been quite a number of reports that the sector has gone down. What is the state of affairs in the cotton growing sector?
Yeah, we are a major player in the industry. I would be proud to say that we are the second largest contractor in terms of the outgrower scheme. The market leader being Cotco, and we being number 2. We are also the largest private contractor. When we talk of private contractors, we are talking of enterprises that are not state controlled. We are the largest private contractor. Yes, I would allude to the fact that yes, the industry had gone down. You know, there were a lot of issues. The international market prices had gone down, resulting in the prices that the farmers were getting not being very attractive. But thanks to our government, they came in with an input support program, a free input support programs to farmers that is kind of resuscitated the industry. And I think as we speak right now, the industry is going up, it's growing. A lot of farmers are coming onto the schemes, and a lot of farmers are wanting to grow cotton. So the industry is growing. I think the numbers will speak for themselves. From when the government came in with the inputs program, the free inputs program, the cotton sector has been rebounding.
Okay, so now how are you paying this? How are you running this outgrower scheme? You know, you give implements, you give labor. Do you pay? How much do you pay to these farmers when they then produce it?
The price is usually determined by government. Government announces the producer price to the farmers. So we give the price that the government would have announced. We are paying through various payment platforms, cash, one of them, mobile money. Those bigger farmers with corporate accounts, we pay them through their bank accounts. So yes, we are paying a very competitive price. I think they just ended season. The government announced a very good price to the farmers, which was quite attractive. And we have resultantly realized that this season that we have just started in October, a lot of farmers are wanting to go into cotton production because of the attractiveness of the price the government announced that we eventually then paid to the farmers.
Okay, so now this time around we find that most industrial sectors are struggling to remain viable. What has been the state of affairs in the cotton growing sector?
Yeah, sure. The market is biting. Prices have been going up, and a lot of things have been difficult. Particularly the price of inputs, they've been quite steep, and most merchants would not afford to pay the obtaining prices. But you see, the cotton sector is an export sector. We generate foreign exchange, so the introduction of the interbank market has also been quite favorable to us, because we bring in foreign currency. You get in your local currency at the interbank rate, which has sort of cushioned us against the spiraling cost of inputs.
Okay. Now, we see also another trend, especially cotton. Now, talk about clothing. It's quite related to cotton, where we see sales volumes going down. You heard from Edgar's, they're saying sales volumes are down. Truett's talking about figures in the range of 68%. What has been the uptake of your product, especially when you look at the local market?
Yeah, when we produce our lint, we are not targeting the local market, and unfortunately. The local market does not have a huge appetite for lint. There is legislation that allows us to sell up to 30% of our production to the local market. The 70% is for the export market. But we've witnessed reduced appetite on the local spinners of lint. I think we are supposed to be selling 30%, but I doubt even if we are. When I speak for my own company, we are nowhere near there, because there's not much appetite from the local spinning industry. I think they are also affected, I assume, by the obtaining market conditions.
Okay. So now, in terms of jobs being created by your company, how many jobs would you talk of?
Well, we have created quite a lot of employment. We had shut down our plant in the factory in Tafuna in 2013. When the government came in with the free inputs program, which resulted in the industry coming back on board, we came in 2017 and we created in excess of 400 jobs. We have recently acquired another ginnery in Sanyati, and that has created an additional in excess of 300 jobs. So I would say we are playing a significant role in that front.
In terms of job creation. Now,
correct,
there's been this issue of complaints also emanating from industry as far as matters of taxation, permits are concerned. I remember talking to those in the construction sector who say it takes them only maybe around 2 months to just move their equipment across the borders to do a job. Have you not been affected by similar situations?
I think what has somewhat affected us in our industry is the issuance of export permits. Okay. Yeah, we have witnessed a somewhat frustrating process in obtaining export permits, and yeah, we are producing a product that brings in the much needed foreign exchange, and I would assume that everybody would prioritize the issuance of export permits so that we bring in the much needed foreign exchange into the country.
Okay. How long is this taking for you to get export permits?
Well, on average, when I speak for my company, it's taking us an average of 3 weeks.
Okay.
An average of 3 weeks. I would assume that this is something that should not take at most a week. Yeah, ceteris paribus. I would assume that that's a process that's pretty straightforward. Yeah.
And in terms of the payments, costs of this?
Well, the costs of the export permits are quite affordable. Okay. No, they are not expensive at all.
Okay. Well, what about now this repetition, which we also hear from other sectors? We find institutions repeating similar processes and still charging fees. Are you not encountering this in the cotton sector?
Not quite. Not
Okay.
quite. Yeah, not quite. The payments that we make ourselves, we make payments to our regulatory body, AMA, Agricultural Marketing Authority, the licensing fees and all that. And I think those license fees are pretty standard.
Okay.
Yeah.
So which areas are you rolling out these outgrower schemes?
We have covered the whole country now.
Okay.
In the first year when we reopened in 2017, we only were present in 2 areas, but this time around, this is our 3rd year now in the market, and we have covered the whole country. We are in Marsh West, the northern side of the country, the south, Checheche, Cheredzi up to Rutenga, Gokwe, Sanyati, Chinoi, Mzarabani, Mushumbi, Mtoko, Mrewa. We are all over the country.
Okay, so like how many farmers are benefiting from this?
Our scheme in the current year is covering in excess of 50,000 hectares, and we have more than 40,000 farmers that we have registered onto our scheme.
Okay. So there's been speculation also that this coming season might not be as favorable in terms of rainfalls, and there's also a prediction that we could be heading for a second drought. What measures have you taken to make sure that your crop does not get wasted as a result of these natural calamities?
Yeah, contrary to those projections, I actually think that we're going to have a very good season. I think we have noted that the seasons have somewhat shifted, and we expect our rains to come in mid-December, and farmers plant up to end of December. And we receive rains January, and once cotton is germinated and it gets those rains, when we get the next set of rains in around March, we should be okay. Yeah, but that as it may be, we have also been very careful how we distribute our seed. We assess the performance of the area, the projections in terms of the rainfall in each area, and we distribute our seed and inputs accordingly.
Yeah. So how is the importation, in your dealing with this importation of second-hand cloth, chopped the smooth performance of your company?
We are not that much affected. I mean, it may be difficult for me to speak for the spinning industry and the clothing industry, but as for us, we have not been that affected because we are predominantly producing for the export market.
Okay.
Yeah.
So, by what percentages if your company grown? You talk about a tour which is due tomorrow. Your new factory, you are saying you're reopening this. How is your company grown?
Yeah, in the first year that we reopened in 2017, I think our market share was about 4%. Okay. We more than doubled our market share. In fact, we almost trebled our market share to 12% in the just ended season. This year that we have started contracting, we are targeting not less than 15% of the market share in terms of our contracted hectarage. Okay. So I would like to think that we are growing fairly steadily, and yeah.
So this time around, with the coming in of a new set of policies where we see subsidies going down, you support which has been given through Command Agriculture, which you attribute to have somehow benefited your sector. In the absence of all this, do you think the sector will remain viable?
Yeah, I would like to think that it will remain viable. Why? Because when you look at it, we have not been, as a company per se, beneficiaries of the free input scheme. We have actually been giving out inputs for free to farmers. We have been complementing the free government inputs program for the cotton farmers. So I struggle to try and see how that could negatively affect our production.
Then there also have been reports. I remember the other time we traveled to Surface Wheel Mine, we were shown clean pockets of cotton seed being sold there. The owners were saying, look, some of these farmers are coming in to sell this seed. What measures do you put in place to safeguard such kind of misdemeanor?
Yeah, you get one in 1,000 that are errant, considering that we would perhaps have given them these inputs for free. But we've tried to make sure that through our extension services staff, every farmer has been given inputs, puts those inputs to good use by planting them. But you can't rule out one or two errant farmers that would want to get instant rewards by disposing things that they've gotten for free.
Yeah. Now, What would you say about the capabilities of our farmers? You know, quite a number of our farmers have not been exposed to highly commercialized farming. Some raise complaints that some have not gone through rigorous training. What do you think about the levels of training as they are interacting with these farmers?
Yeah, I think the training has been, you know, it's ongoing with the farmers. You know, like we have done ourselves, we've got demonstration plots in every area that we have given inputs. The idea is to try and make sure that we continuously develop our farmers so that they get the best yields out of the crop. So yeah, we continuously develop them. Every year we put in demo plots. We bring in our agronomy team to try and train the farmers, you know, on application of chemicals and all the like, so that the farmer realizes good yields. So I would say the training has been ongoing, yes.
So has Southern Cotton Company been involved in any social corporate responsibility? Which areas? You know, we've heard a lot of stories about companies coming to make huge profits and then vanishing at the end of the day.
No, we have been doing fairly well in terms of our corporate social responsibility. We recently have donated asbestos sheets and roofing sheets, cement, to some farmers in Zarabani that had witnessed a storm, that they lost their houses, their schools had roofs taken off. We have played our part there by donating cement and roofing sheets to rehabilitate the infrastructure that had been destroyed. We have done the same in the just ended season in Sanyati. We have sang a ball in Mtoko. We are trying to make sure that we play our part on the corporate social responsibility side.
Okay. So thank you so much, Mr. Caos Nzenze, for joining us on the business desk for this discussion.
Thank you so much.
It's been a pleasure to host you here. Well, viewers, our program has come to an end. For these and other stories, do not hesitate to visit our website, it's www.newzimbabwe.com, our Twitter handle, newzimbabwe.com, and our Facebook page, newzimbabwe.com. Otherwise, thank you so much for following this program.